Hi Libra, Sun, Moon, Ascendant, or Venus. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your angel and spirit guide message reading for you. Now, this reading is undated because whenever you come across it is the exact moment that your angels or your spirit guides wanted you to hear this message. So let's dive right in now, Libra, and see what they have to say. So we're going to be starting with your spirit guide animal cards. Now, these are also going to be your totem animals for this time. When you see these animals in the wild or an image of them, these are your angels and your spirit guides tapping you on the shoulder saying, remember this message. So let's see what they have to say. Angel and spirit guide message for Libra. Angel and spirit guide message for Libra. Angel and spirit guide message for Libra. Show me clearly, show me clearly, show me clearly, show me clearly, show me clearly. Ooh, fantastic. Okay, so these three are the ones that came forward. So you have the lion spirit, you have the snake spirit, and you have the white raven spirit. So those are really powerful animals to come forward. That's really beautiful. So the lion spirit says, be generous of spirit. The snake spirit says, time to heal. And the white raven spirit says, trust in the magic. So be generous of spirit as you trust in the magic because it is time to heal, Libra. Angel and spirit guide message for Libra. Angel and spirit guide message for Libra. Angel and spirit guide message for Libra. Show me clearly, show me clearly, show me clearly, show me clearly, show me clearly. This one right here. Flexibility. And this one right here. Soul's healing. So soul's healing is going to bring you flexibility. And as you open up to flexibility of body, mind, and spirit, I'm just going to raise my camera just a little bit for you guys. Body, mind, and spirit, you're going to see that your soul's healing increases. There's a weight lifted off your shoulders and negativity taken from you. Angel and spirit guide message for Libra. 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 Show me clearly, show me clearly, show me clearly, show me clearly, show me clearly. Fantastic. All right, at the heart of everything is the Seven of Wands. Not the Seven of Wands, the Six of Wands. Then we have the Queen of Pentacles, which is an earth sign energy, a Taurus, a Virgo, a Capricorn. Then we have the Queen of Cups, a water sign energy, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. The Two of Cups, love coming in, love surrounding you. The Ten of Swords is at your roots. You've been overwhelmed, Libra, most definitely. You have the King of Cups. Oh, I love this. In the same line, but whenever I have the King and the Queen from the same deck, from the same suit, in a reading, this very much means that you have a soulmate connection, you have a true love connection, but also there's an opening, healing, and cleansing of the heart. This moves you to the Six of Cups. Now you have a repeat of the number 6 here. Now, 6 is a number that talks about taking care of the self, but also, taking care of the self, but it's a generous giving number. And so as much as you will be generous and giving to others, make sure that you are generous and giving to yourself here, Libra. 3 of Wands. The Guide, which is a Hierophant energy. That's a Taurus energy and a Taurus time frame of April 20th to May 20th. And then we have the Seven of Wands. I like that progression here, the 6 and then the 7 of Wands. All right. So let's start with your spirit guide animal cards, your totem animals for this time. We have the Lion Spirit, which says be generous of spirit. The Snake Spirit, which says time to heal. And the White Raven Spirit, which says trust in the magic. So again, as you embrace your generosity of spirit and of self, and you're going to have You have a very firm call to this during this time frame because of the repeat of the number 6 here. But there's also a sense of needing to take the time and the energy that you will spend on other people, that you will be inclined to spend on other people, on yourself, taking care of yourself, healing yourself, moving yourself forward, because you are trusting in the magic. You are trusting in the magic of the universe. You are trusting in the magic of the self. It can be, if you believe in conjuring magic, you're trusting in what you are seeking to conjure. And it leads you to healing. It leads you to an embrace of healing and power of self as you move forward. And there is a sense of thinking that force will get you forward, but force will not get you forward here, Libra. Force is going to be what you need to focus your life, kind of focus yourself as you move forward, instead of force things to move the way that you think they should be. All right? Because as you trust in the magic, you're going to see that divinity has a bigger plan. Your angels and your spirit guides are really working with you. And this is embracing healing. This is embracing power of heart and of self. And this is also helping you shed a skin to really see where it is that you want to stand, how it is that you want to move forward. This leads you to the sacral chakra. Now, the sacral chakra is about, so what I'm seeing here is flexibility, but that brings creativity. It starts to heal relationships and you start to see karmic patterns. But as you open up to the flexibility of body, mind, and spirit, as you open up to the flexibility of yourself, you start seeing yourself moving forward. You start seeing what you desire becoming more. And as you do so, you're going to find that you start moving away from the hurts and the pains from this life and from past lives, because the sacral chakra is what holds the hurts and the pains from this life and from past lives. So as you open up this chakra, as you embrace the flexibility of yourself, now this could be literally, practicing yoga, doing a bit of stretching, embracing your body's flexibility. It could also be embracing your mind's flexibility, doing little puzzles to increase your mind's flexibility. I also see reading. I see taking different things and different approaches to things where you usually go this way. You're kind of stepping back and you're thinking, wow, what if I change this up? What if I do this? Or what if I do that? This leads to your soul's healing. Now, this is the soul star chakra, which is located 6 inches above the crown chakra. And as you embrace your soul's healing, as you embrace the power of yourself, you see yourself moving forward in your grace, in your beauty. You see yourself becoming one with your angels, with your spirit guides, like really connecting with them, really hearing what it is that they have to say. And as you do so, there is a sense of things moving forward in power and in beauty and in celebration, because we have here the 6 of Wands. And the 6 of Wands is a celebration. It's learning to celebrate yourself. You put a lot of weight on your shoulders, but you do not celebrate yourself often, Libra. And here is the time to say, I'm going to celebrate me. I'm going to look at me and say, I like what I see. Even if you're thinking of a million different ways you want to improve yourself or you need to change, looking at yourself right now and saying, I like who I am. And everything will fall into alignment. And it isn't going to be at your time. It's going to be in divine time. And I like the countdown from 6 to 5. So then we go to the guide, which is the Hierophant. You're going to see that your traditions, your truths, your essence of self, it means a lot to you during this time. It really does. So the guide is leading you forward. It's leading you towards yourself, your power, your understanding, your beauty, your embracing of soul. And as you embrace what you desire, as you look at yourself and you celebrate what you need and how you are moving forward, you're going to find that you are embracing who you once were. There's a sense here that you've kind of lost yourself along the way, or thought, oh my gosh, I just can't be me, because how silly would that be? And now you're saying, no, this is who I am. If other people don't improve, that's on them. It's not on me. What is the quote? If they don't pay your bills, don't pay them no mind. Even if they do pay your bills, it's a looking at things and saying, I need to embrace my truth. I need to embrace my heart's understanding, my soul, my power, my beauty, my truth. And it's not being selfish. I don't want you to equate this with selfishness, because it's not being selfish. And you have a tremendous heart during this time and a tremendous sense of giving. But it is about really looking at things and saying, this is where I stand. This is what I need. And you're not going to do so in a confrontational way, because that never that never wears well on you, Libra. Like with all air sign energies, it doesn't wear well because it can get a little bit too biting, a little bit too harsh. I myself am an air sign energy, so I definitely understand this. But it is a standing your ground, knowing your truth, knowing what you're seeing, knowing that you have the power of the King of Kings with you, meaning that the Hierophant in the Rider-Waite-Smith deck is represented by the Pope. Now, the Pope was the King of Kings, could tell kings what to do. And that's the type of power that you have around you. You have at your heart this time, is the heart to have people listen to you when you speak and listen to what you're saying and listen to how you are developing or what you are developing at this time. And as you do so, you're going to be much more comfortable, Libra, behind the scenes. You have prosperity coming in. You have your heart's truth coming forward. You're really going to need to listen to your emotional self. If you do not listen to your emotional self, you're going to feel lost. And that lost can come over you very, very, very quickly. So with prosperity, you have here, and of course I cut off all my nails, so bear with me. You have here the butterflies, you have the bird, you have the fox. There's a bit of cunning when it comes to prosperity. It's kind of like you're looking at things a bit differently than other people. You are seeing either there's like ways to invest or there's, different prosperity that you are looking at this time. You're also drawn to the darker side of things as well as the light side. So butterflies, I always love butterflies because yes, they're beautiful, absolutely enchanting, right? But they are also dark. They also have this sense of the unseemly to them because they're attracted to carcasses and they feed off of carcasses as well as flowers. So there's this beautiful sense of beauty, of prosperity, of power, of heart's truth, but there's also a sense of the light and the dark coming together and a needing to walk that path. It's not a path of meanness at all because this is a place of love and of light. All these readings come from it. But there is the sense of, I understand the, maybe not fully, but the darker side of human nature. The fact that, people have their own agendas to things. It's going to be important. And here you have a strong link here to the heart with a Taurus energy. Now, it can be that you are embracing what you love with practicality. You have one foot in the practical, one foot in the spiritual, and you are bridging the gap between them. And as you do so, you're going to see your horizons open up. You're going to see yourself start taking flight because the Three of Wands is going towards the beautiful, going towards, what you hadn't expected. It's kind of like you sent out your ships, you sent out these intentions, and just like when you put things into the vortex, as Abraham Hicks says, when you put things into the vortex, do you see your return come? Do you see it instantaneously? Sometimes, yes, but sometimes, usually, when you go through your hardships, your pains, your disappointments, and there can be years or decades of these hardships, these pains, we would like to think that, okay, instantaneously, we're going to get decades of richness. It's going to be, honey and milk and just greenness and lushness always and forever. But it doesn't always work that way. It actually mostly doesn't work that way. There is the sense that beauty comes to us, but it comes to us in drips and in drabs. And in our darkest hours, there are still beautiful moments. There is still time where you could sit there and look out your window and be like, wow, that's a beautiful sunset, as you're washing the dishes. Or, wow, that is, that laughter just made me smile, the laughter of a child. Or, your dog comes up to you, or your cat, or, something like that. And you're like, wow, this is a lovely moment. We get our payback within moments. And then it builds and it builds because we have to look not at the horror and the sorrow and the upset and the upheaval and the fear, but look at the beauty. And as human beings, we're programmed, okay? Our minds are programmed to look at the scary more than the beautiful. Why? Because if there's a bear over there that's going to eat you, you want to be hyper aware of that. But we have those fears taken away from us. At least a lot of us have. And so the fears that we have become more abstract fears, more things that, you can't make a spear and protect yourself from. So as you're looking, as the ships are coming in, as you are embracing your prosperity, don't let the fears that lie within the mind overpower, that kind of take away the joy from the emotions, pull you back. Because at your roots is the Ten of Swords. And the Ten of Swords is the completion of a cycle within the mind. Now, with the Ten of Swords, there is the sense of overkill. Okay, this is the darkness before the dawn. But before the dawn, there is this sense of overkill. It's like too much. Enough is really quite enough. And so here with the 10 swords stabbing you in the back, it's like, oh my gosh, are you kidding me? But also, a beautiful thing about the 10 of swords, yes, the darkness before the dawn, it's a beautiful imagery. But also, the way I'm coming to look at this card, it's like you hold a wealth of knowledge within your back. That's a wealth of knowledge. A wealth. I mean, back in ancient times, even up till relatively recently, people would go and scour battlefields and take away weapons, from the dying, from the fallen, and they would take them and they would claim them as theirs. And that's what people would do. Because why? Because it was expensive. War is expensive. Battles are expensive. Weapons are expensive. And here, this is a fortune. A fortune lies within her back. So if you look at it abstractly, the 10 swords that lie in your back is a fortune of knowledge, of understanding, of wealth. That if everything was easy, you never would have been awakened to. And I know you're probably thinking, Dane, I would rather live in ignorance. And that's definitely valid. I mean, definitely, especially when you're going through really hard times, it's like, no. But isn't there the old saying, when you're going through hell, keep on going? Isn't that a song even? And so here, as you're moving forward, as you're looking at things, and you feel overwhelmed, know that every hardship, every pain, every disappointment you have gone through has forged you, just like these swords were forged, has put you through the fires. And now you're like, okay, can I move forward the way that I want to? Do I have to tweak things? Now, sometimes we see things in a very certain way, and we have to tweak things. We have to, see where our strengths lie, see how we can move forward, see what it is that we're embracing, what it is that we're understanding. And as we do so, you're going to see a wealth, a beauty, a power come over you. Because this pain, this hurt, this heartbreak has given you compassion, has opened you to wisdom, has seen you look at things in a very different light, where if everything stayed perfect or, taken care of by somebody else, you wouldn't have seen it this way, because you'd be a spoiled prince on top of a hill who thought everything was just for them. And it's kind of like how the Buddha became the Buddha, how Siddhartha became the Buddha. His father was told, if Siddhartha saw suffering, he would become a great wise man. And if he didn't, he would become a great king. And his father, who was a king, was like, listen, I want him to be a king. I didn't have a son so that he could go off and just, do some spiritual stuff. I had a son so that he could take my throne after I pass. And that was his goal. So Siddhartha was never allowed to see old age. He was never allowed to see hunger. He was never allowed to see suffering. And one day, when he was coming back, he was in the city for some reason. And when he was coming back, the road that was prescribed for him to take, that he always took, the route that he always took, something had happened. There was an accident or something had happened. And that route was always cleared away from any beggars, any elderly people, any poor people, anything that could cause him upset. Okay? Taken away. And now he told his driver, you have to go the other route. I want to be back at my palace. I don't care if you're not told to. I am the prince. I tell you, take this route. And when he took this route, for the first time, he saw an elderly, poor beggar on the street. And it changed his life forever. He went from being the spoiled prince on the hill to seeking out a spiritual life, of being so moved that it changed his whole course of being. And that's with the suffering that we go through as people. It changes our whole course of being, because it shows us more deeply what we can withstand, the power of our own will, our own self, the power of the angels around us, the power of our spirit guides. And it shows us that we can move forward. And as you do so, you're going to want to fight for this. I mean, at your roots, it's kind of like, I've been through hell. I know what I want. I know where I stand. I'm going to fight for this. And what Spirit is saying is, don't fight. Don't. Stand up for what you believe in, yes. But the Seven of Wands in the Rider-Waite-Smith deck has a person fighting 6 other people holding wands. And it's like, you have the high ground. You do not have to have everybody on your side, because it's just not going to happen. Everybody is not going to see it your way. Everybody is not going to understand. And once you embrace that realization and you say, I am living my truth, I am moving forward in my power, a wealth of emotional knowledge opens up to you. You become a king. You also have a very strong connection here to a water sign energy, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. You are putting the crown on your head. And here, this is paired with the Queen of Cups. This is a beautiful match. Again, a soulmate connection. You might find that you're falling in love with a water sign energy, or somebody whose heart is open to you. It doesn't mean that they have to be a water sign energy. They might have a lot of water sign energy in their charts, but there is a sense that the heart during this time is the most important thing, which is wonderful, because I am of the firm belief that we are emotional beings. And as emotional beings, we need to listen to our hearts. Because so often we sit there and we say, no, I need to do what's expected of me. Or socially, this is not acceptable. As long as you're not hurting anybody or anything, and you come from a place of light and of love, embrace your heart. Embrace your heart's truth. As you do so, you put the crown upon your head. People are going to take note of you. Take note of your emotional energy, for good or for bad, during this time. So be cognizant of it. Be aware of it. Because as you do so, there is a sense of you leading from your heart, of you seeing people, you seeing things from an emotional place that is really going to open doors for you. Because as you fall into alignment with your heart, you fall into alignment with your mind, you fall into alignment with your wealth, you fall into alignment with your passion, and it moves you forward in a way that is really quite breathtaking. And as you do so, there's again a sense of love coming into your life, of a celebration of love, of joy, a sharing of wealth of knowledge, a sense of, I know my peace, I know my beauty, I know my heart's desire. And as you embrace this love, you embrace your traditions, and you find that you don't need to fight to defend who you are. You just simply need to be it. And as you embrace that truth, you look at yourself in every stage of your life, or the stages to come within your life. And though you cannot say, okay, this is what I'll look like and this is where I'll be when I'm at this stage in life or when I'm at that stage. Here, she's all dressed in white, which makes me think of a bride. We have a young girl, we have a mature woman, and we have a person, kind of in between them. These are the stages of her life, and she is married to her evolution of self. So often we think of ourselves as being married to other people. One day I'll get married, or I am married to this person, and that becomes part of our identity. But what about being married to ourselves? What about loving ourselves, being dedicated to ourselves, looking at our past hurts, past pains, past disappointments, and saying, that was hard. That was a lot to go through. That was a lot to have put on my shoulders. But I still love me. Looking at yourself as a child and holding your arms open to that child. And look at yourself as a child when you were going through hard things. It could be your parents divorced. It could be going through a really rough time at school. It could be being bullied. It could be the death of, a parent, a grandparent, somebody in your family. It could be losing your dog, things like that. It could be something really small. Like one time you got lost and people would laugh and say, oh my gosh, you were only lost for 2 minutes. Why were you afraid? But it was impactful for you. It does not matter if it wouldn't be impactful for somebody else. It's not their life. It's not their business. And so here with the Six of Cups, it's looking at you, your child self, and holding your arms open and saying, I'm on this journey with you. It is okay. And as you do so, you embrace your heart, your soul, yourself, your power. And as you embrace your heart's beauty, you see new avenues opening up to you. You see prosperity coming in. You see yourself, going out there, looking at new ways of moving forward. And it heals you. This is a healing time. This is a powerfully healing, beautiful time that brings you prosperity. And as it heals, you embrace your true self. And as you do so, your subconscious message is the Four of Swords. You need to rest. You need to take care of you. Because you will bend over backwards, taking care of everybody else or doing what is supposed to be done. But now it's time to look and say, wow, I've been through a lot. And I deserve to rest. I deserve to connect with me. And I deserve to move forward. Your subconscious chakra message is spiritual awakening. This is the crown chakra, connecting with your mind and moving forward into spiritual awakening. But also meditation, mindfulness is going to be very important. And as you embrace mindfulness, you have the dolphin spirit. This and that is true. Oh, goodness. And I love that because this and that is true. Your reality is true. Your way of seeing a situation is part of your truth. But then there is another person's way of seeing it. There are two sides to every coin. And by opening up your heart, by healing, by cleansing, by looking at what you truly love and want within your life, you are opening up doors that had once seemed closed. And you are moving forward in a way that once seemed impossible. Because you are seeing that this is true and that is true. But you are moving forward in your wisdom. All right, Libra, I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you, and I love you all. Bye.